pigs have gone.
All right.
The pigs went last week, and half the chickens went last week
To
heaven.
We're Ken and Steph from Fitness 101.
When we're not training, we're out there researching the healthiest lifestyle on the planet.
And bringing it right to you between
sessions.
sessions.
Without further ado, let's kick off today's show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Malmstrom, Stephanie Heron. We're here visiting Mike Lanigan at his organic farm in Uxbridge, Ontario. Mike's been an organic farmer for how long, Mike?
Well, officially since '92. It was my dad's farm before that, but we just didn't call it organic. It's just the way he farmed, and he didn't have a name to it. So when I came back to the farm, my wife said, well, we should do it organically, and I didn't even know what the hell that was. I said, what are you talking about? And we left a couple of careers to come back to the farm. I was working in forestry as a silviculturist, and she was a teacher, so we quit some good careers to come back, and it's a bit scary. We need a new challenge. Yeah, so we kind of fell into it. I mean, when we started for a year or so, we really didn't know what we were going to do.
So was it a lot of trial and error during that period of time?
Lots of expensive mistakes. You know, like, yeah, I mean, we did 4 farmers markets.
Okay.
Buddy, you're a pain in the butt. Go on. Go on. Go on. Out you go. Go on. Out. Good boy. Get some hair on the camera. And
So the CSAs?
Yeah, the CSA's like community supported agriculture, where
Right,
you pay a little money up front in the spring, and then you get a box every week. And I still do it because some of the people with me since we started, like 18 or 19 years ago.
Well, that's how we met. We met at the farmer's market. Well, it's a really wonderful thing that we can come in and we can actually talk to the person who is responsible for what's on our plate. I think the initial meeting that we had with you, Mike, was learning about the really mean killer cow.
The angry cow.
That we ended up.
I tell you, that angry cow was great.
It was a great tasting cow.
It scares a lot of people away because they're so far away from their dinner now. I mean, my kids, when I serve something, they'll say, "Who is it?" I mean, that's the other side of it. And my customers don't want to know that the cow's name was Audrey. So I like to keep them. I mean, they're really big chickens. I think you make more money if you market a bird smaller. But I like them to have a bit of life experience. You know, I mean, they've got old enough now that they crow and they fight and they fool around. So I don't like to send them to heaven until they've done it all.
Enjoyed life.
Yeah, you know. And the wife convinced me to try organic because she said the farm hasn't had any chemicals at all, Mike. Why would we wreck it?
So the ground was pure.
Yeah. It's a lot like the blood in your body. It's what makes everything tick, you know? So I consider it very important. And so we've got to take good care of the compost.
Now this looks like it lights
Now
up.
this one's got some life to it.
Okay.
And we won't make you try to jump that. Although
Thanks,
it's fun
Mike.
to watch you try.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it.
How does this work, Mike?
Well, once a year, I use the skid steer and I bring all the manure out of the barn. And I bed them quite well in the winter. And bring it out here in June or July when the land dries up a bit. And then I turn it with a big machine. And it mixes it all up. And it's got to be turned again because the temperature slowed down. When I brought this pile out, it was this high. So this is what it's composted down to. And this is cow shit, but take a smell of that.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like that.
Stephanie, no, it's smelling wonderful.
No,
Like a lot of times I'll start my tour sitting on the compost pile having a cup of tea.
Okay.
You know, and but if you dig down,
Yeah.
you'll get down to where it hasn't been turned, and it'll be stinky, rotten cow manure.
Okay.
And because I have to run the machine over it again and get down low and turn it one more time and get the temperature up. And I wonder if I've got a temperature probe. It's over here, but we got to walk this way anyways. Okay. But I bed them well, and we bring it out and turn it. And I'll use this next year on the vegetable crop. The stuff that I gave the vegetables this year is gone. It was the stuff we had done last year. So it's sort of the year later. I may apply some of it this year, but it won't be for a crop until next year. So this is my horse manure, because I have draft horses, but I've got to turn a little better because I see my temperature probe isn't starting to tick. It's less than 100. When it's really cooking, it's 140, 150. I like it up there, up in that orange, not in the red, kind of in here, really working. Whereas, so this isn't really ticking. And when you come down here in the summer when it's been turned, it's just steaming in the morning. You know, when it's cool out, and it's a beautiful sight. And it smells interesting. It doesn't smell like manure.
Not at all.
You know, I don't get complaints from neighbors and stuff when I spread my compost. Everyone thought I was nuts.
Okay.
All my family thought I was nuts.
Yeah.
Except my wife, and there wasn't much support. Like even when in those days you could get a government rep to come over and visit you and
Right.
help you. You could get a beef specialist over. You could get the crop specialist, the forage specialist. They all come out and give you advice. It was free of charge, and they all said to me, Mike, you're not going to make it. You can't make it on a 100-acre farm today. You can't do it.